Hey everybody, it's Dave here. I want to take a few minutes and talk about the P90X nutrition guide. It is, of course, the new year, and a lot of people are picking up P90X, and a lot of people are using it as their fitness solution, which I think is great. I want to take a few minutes and explain the way the program is structured, in particular the way the nutrition guide is structured. If you're watching this on YouTube, click on the links, follow that back to our website where you will find an Excel document. I'm going to talk about that document. I'm going to kind of explain why it calculates your calories the way it does. So first of all, about P90X and the way P90X was designed. A lot of people have used, with great success, P90X as a weight loss solution. But P90X really wasn't designed for that. The program was initially designed for people who were doing some of Tony Horton's other programs like Power 90, getting a little bit bored, wanted some more stuff, and for people who were already going to the gym but weren't really getting the results they wanted. So while a lot of people have had weight loss success using P90X, and it definitely works for that, what confuses a lot of people is when they come and they pull up the spreadsheet and enter their weight, which then calculates your ultimate caloric need, the numbers seem very high. And I've been getting a lot of emails about this topic, which is why I wanted to do this video. I get emails from people that say, my caloric intake according to your spreadsheet is 3,500 calories a day. How am I supposed to lose weight eating 3,500 calories a day? Again, you have to recognize the way that the program was designed, and the nutrition guide is designed to support that program. It wasn't ever really designed to do that. Now, the question is, can it do that? And the answer is yes. But what you have to understand is you're going to need to cut your calories below what you're coming up with on the spreadsheet if you want to lose weight. If weight loss is not your goal and instead muscle gain is your goal, which is really what P90X was kind of geared towards, then I think you can just plug in your weight, figure out your calories. If that seems a little too high to you, you can adjust it as it fits. Everybody's different, and it is a rather generic plan from that perspective. So the question then becomes, well, how many calories do I put in if I do want to lose weight and weight loss is my goal? Answer is, everybody is different. I get one question I've had, I don't know how many times, at least 5 over the last week or so, is can I just put in my goal weight and start there? The answer is maybe. If your goal weight is maybe to lose 10 pounds, sure, I think that probably works. You may even be able to cut more than 10 calories. If your goal weight is more like 50 pounds of weight loss, I think you run a real risk cutting your calories that much, and that's not something I would recommend. A couple things can happen. One, you can send your body into starvation mode, which is really counterproductive. You end up storing a lot of the calories as fat. That's not what you want to do. You want to jumpstart your metabolism. You want to stoke that metabolic fire and get your body burning calories. And the way you do that is by feeding it. It's kind of like a fire. You keep putting wood on a fire, it keeps burning. If you take the wood away, the fire kind of goes out. So if you do have a big amount of weight to lose, I would not recommend that you start with your goal weight. What I would recommend you do is contact me. My email address is on the post, but it's dave@thefitclubnetwork.com. I can help you sort of think about how many calories are maybe a good range for you. We can talk about how many you're eating now, how many you're going to be comfortable with, and what's going to promote a safe weight loss. I don't recommend anybody lose a lot of weight really, really quickly. I don't think that that's healthy, and more importantly, I don't think it's sustainable. Especially this time of year around New Year's, I see a lot of people who pick up a diet, they have great results because they lose a ton of weight, but it turns out all they're eating is grapefruit or something, and your body just can't survive on that. You can't survive on that. So what I always like to think of P90X as is it's sort of fitness 101. It's going to teach you some major concepts, first of all, from a dietary perspective, how to eat healthy, how to understand how many calories you're taking in a day, and how to control the proportions of carbs to fat to protein. It's also going to teach you some of the basics of basic training concepts of periodization. The P90X infomercial calls it muscle confusion. As a triathlete, we talk about it in terms of periodization, which is simply that you master one skill, take a little recovery week, and then you move on to a different skill, which you then, come close to mastering or master, and then take a recovery week and change. And that's the way the P90X runs. So I would encourage you to follow the P90X nutrition guide. I will tell you that it can be a little laborious in the beginning. If you're looking at that spreadsheet and you're sitting there every day checking off those boxes, that can be time consuming and that can be kind of a hassle. But what happens is if you can do it for a while, and everybody's different with how long that takes, but if you can do it for a while, it becomes automatic. I don't really think about it anymore. There are times that I do pick up the spreadsheet and check the boxes off just to kind of see where I'm at. But for the most part, it's just kind of automatic now. I understand the proportions that I need to be taken in. I can look at a day and go, wow, I just have not had enough carbs today, or I haven't had enough protein today. And those things just kind of become ingrained in you. And I think that's why people have had such phenomenal results with P90X. It's not because they went on some sort of a fad diet for 90 days. It's because they've really changed their lives. And so hopefully that's what you're looking to do. I'm here to help you. Dave at the Fit Club Network. I hope, for those of you guys who are out there already doing P90X, I hope you're doing well. If you're struggling with the program, please email me as well. I know a lot of people are overwhelmed by it because it is very difficult. One of the things we recommend to people is that they maybe take a step down from P90X and consider a program like the Power 90 Master Series, which is very similar to P90X, but there are no pull-ups. And I've put together an 8-week plan that will get you ready to do P90X. I had a number of people do that. By the time they picked up P90X, they hit the ground running and they were ready to go. And in the meantime, they really worked on their nutrition. And that is really, honestly, the whole key to getting great results with P90X or really any fitness program. Doesn't matter what you're doing. You got to eat right to get good results. So hopefully this is helpful. Again, contact me with questions and we're here to help. Hope everybody is having a happy new year. Take care and we'll talk to you soon.